Hey you guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're having a great day so far. So I wanted to do this video to kind of explain how I got out of my planner rut a little bit. For the last couple months and weeks, I just really haven't been super into using my agenda. I'll write in it, I'll write down everything that has to get done for the day, but other than that, I wasn't really interested in opening it up. It kind of took on a more daunting, stressful feeling than how it felt in the past when it was more fun and inspiring and motivational for me to open up my planner every day. So I decided to add in some other elements to make my planner feel a little bit more motivational and inspirational. So a couple of those things are journaling, manifestation, and gratitude. But before we get into some of the prompts and methods that I've been using, I wanted to quickly thank Skillshare for sponsoring today's video. If you guys haven't heard me talk about Skillshare yet, it's an awesome online learning community, and they have thousands of different classes among multiple different topics like photography, graphic design, business, marketing, and so much more. It's curated specifically for learning, so there are no ads and they're always launching new premium classes. And I wanted to highlight one class in specific. It is called Activism, Great Inspiring Art for Change. I realize that we don't really have much art on the walls at this apartment, so we've been looking into different art styles and art that actually has some meaning and some power behind it. This class is taught by Nicholas Smith, who is a concept artist, illustrator, and an author. There are 10 video lessons that you can go through, and he gives you a lot of tips on how to make meaningful, powerful art. Skillshare is less than $10 a month with the annual subscription, and the first 1,000 people to click the link below will get a free 1-month trial to Skillshare. Okay, so the three main things that I'm using right now are my A5 size agenda, my regular journal, and then I also got a grateful journal from Alley, which I will show you guys and kind of walk you through what's in there in case you're interested. But I really like this system and it's working for me right now because I have my agenda, which kind of just holds everything that has to get done for the day. And then I have my journal, which I do a lot of goal planning and more like abstract planning, I guess you could call it, for things that don't necessarily have to get done, but things that I want to start thinking about, or if I have different goals or ideas, inspiration, motivation, things like that. And then I just got this grateful journal to really focus on gratitude. I feel like that's been helping me so much. So I'll explain how I kind of use each of these together. So this right here is my journal. It's just a plain notebook. I got this from Target. I will leave a link for this below. I've shown it a few times before, but I really like it because it's split up between two sections. So on each page you have a blank section and then a lined section, and I really like that because I like to split up my journal entries a little bit. I usually do some manifestation or some goal planning, and then at the bottom I usually like to do an appreciation list or some form of gratitude. And one of the reasons that I never really got into journaling is because I'm not very artistic. I'm more of a lister. So if you're not as artistic as some of the other like journal accounts, or if you follow any journaling YouTube channels, they do a lot of drawing, a lot of like watercolor and stickers. Their journals look really fun and inspiring. Mine does not look like that. It basically just looks like a planner, I would say. Everything's in a list form, but just because you're not artistic doesn't mean you can't find a way to make it work for your style, planning or journaling. So I usually just write things down in bullet points, or I number out the page and I just write things I'm grateful for, things I'm appreciative of, things that I want to work on. Everything pretty much goes into this journal, and then I usually try to translate that into plans in my actual agenda system. So this is an example of 2 different days, and I like to do one journal entry in the morning and then one at night. So for example, I'll probably start the day with like some sort of goal planning for the day, and then later that day I wrote down what I'm grateful for, things that I want to do, and how I felt that day. And then on the next page I woke up having some anxiety. So the first thing I did was write down why I was stressed, like what my exact feelings were. So once I kind of did that and worked through those emotions, and I thought about the worst case scenario, and I realized it really wouldn't be that bad, I felt like I could redirect that and just focus on what I needed to do for the day. And then later that day, I came back and made an appreciation list because I felt so much better later in the day. So if you ever wake up with like anxiety or just a lot on your plate, it's really helpful to write all of that down. And sometimes I run out of ideas, so I made this little cheat sheet of some prompts that I can use. I will leave my list down below if you guys want to download it or print it off or stick it in your journal. But on this little cheat sheet, I have some prompts for manifestation, daily journal prompts, the 5x55 method, personal reflection, goals. I also have my appreciation list, which I like to do, my morning intention, what is my, and then I usually fill in like my inspiration or my motivation for the day, dream log questions, and some anxiety questions that I like to go through when I'm feeling a little bit stressed. But I just keep that tucked away in my journal, and I try to journal at least once or twice a day. Otherwise, I'll go a few days without journaling, and I will use either my planner or just like a scratch piece of paper if I don't really feel like I have anything to write that day. And then I wanted to get another style of journal that was more guided. So I looked online and I looked through a bunch of different layouts, and I felt like some of them had just too much that I wouldn't really use. So I found this one, which is just focused on gratitude, and I thought this would be really good for me because I think gratitude is super important, and I'll show you what's inside. I really like the different prompts. So this just has a page where you can add your name. It tells you a little bit about gratitude in the front of the journal, benefits, and then you go into your reverse bucket list. So this is the reverse bucket list, and I love this idea. So a reverse bucket list is basically, instead of listing things that you want to do throughout your lifetime, you list everything that you've already accomplished. And I like this because I feel like you can get so caught up living in the future and what you want to do that we tend to forget what we already have and what we've already accomplished. So this is a great way to reflect on everything you've already done, and you can see how far you've come, and you can continue adding to this list every time you achieve something or accomplish something in your life. The next page has people in your life. So this is where you're going to list people that you're grateful for. So this has 8 different sections for 8 different people in your life. It could be family, friends, coworkers, mentors, people that you're just grateful for in general. And then there are some inspiring quotes kind of scattered throughout the journal. The next section is the gratitude vision board. And I haven't started this section yet because I really want to take my time and like find nice pictures and make this section really appealing because I feel like this is something that I'll go back to a lot. So I have a few ideas written down, but I haven't gone through my camera or printed anything out yet. But I want to use all of my own photos from vacations, family events, and just other things in my life. Okay, next is the gratitude token. And I love this idea. I hadn't heard of this before, but I'm kind of new to like journaling and stuff like that. So you guys might have heard of this before, or you might even use one of these. But basically your gratitude token is something that you choose. And when you look at it every day, you're supposed to take a second to reflect. So you choose an item in your house, whether it's like a piece of jewelry you always wear or a sticky note that you put on your mirror, just something that you will see every day that will remind you to express your gratitude. And then after that, we just go straight into daily gratitude. So it has a few notes on gratitude, and then at the beginning of each month, it has a section where you can write down things that you want to make time for. So I went ahead and filled that out. Mine are quality time with family, working out and physical activity, journaling and manifesting, and outdoors time now that it's summer. But every day you'll write down 3 things that you're grateful for, but it's a great way to reflect and show your appreciation. I have everything from a cup of coffee to my plants to family members on here. And then it also comes with these 2 bookmarks, so you can mark your place here and then you can mark your place somewhere else in the journal if you're working on like your reverse bucket list. And by the way, I purchased this. They didn't send it to me or anything, but I just really liked the concept of it. I like how simple it is. Oh, and this also came with a couple pens, so that's also a plus. So the final piece to this puzzle is my actual planner, my agenda. I try to add in a little bit of my journaling inspiration into my planner, because if you use your planner just to write down tasks, things you have to get done, deadlines, it can get a little bit daunting. And so I found that when I'm a little bit stressed out, I don't want to open my planner because it'll just show me what else I have to do that day. So I try to add a little bit of inspiration from my journal into my planner. So for example, sometimes I have to remind myself to check in with my journal, so I'll do that here. And I also try to add in like physical activity that I want to do. I'll schedule time to actually sit down and do a guided meditation or something like that. But it is helpful for me to use my agenda to actually schedule in time to make sure I'm also being more creative, using my journal, reflecting, all of that type of stuff. Honestly, it has helped me so much. I feel a lot more inspired to use my planner when I make it a little bit funner for me, when I write down things that bring me joy, when I add gratitude to my planner, or if I write down like my weekly or morning intention in my agenda. It just kind of sets the tone for the day, makes me feel better, it makes me feel more motivated and inspired and excited to actually get through the day. So if you guys are kind of in a planner rut and looking for something to add to it, journaling or adding in gratitude or reflection or goal planning might be something that can help you get more engaged with your planning. Because to me, this is more of like a full life encompassing planning system rather than just tasks that have to get done. I hope that makes sense, but it's helped me a lot, and I thought maybe it would help some of you guys who are struggling to use your agenda. Anyways, I will stop talking. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video, and I will see you next time.